Everyone thought that she was going to be the winner, and her experience was got so short, she wasn't even given the chance to speak on the live stage. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we are going to be talking about the very controversial Miss Universe 2020 and the outcome of the competition. During this video I will be giving you some of my opinion, my thoughts, the things that I liked and that I didn't like about this year's competition. And by all means, something that I want to emphasize is the fact that these are personal opinions. Whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. You are entitled to have your own opinion, to have your favorite candidates, and that's okay. I respect that. Under no circumstance we should be sending hate to other people, because at the end of the day there's already too much hate out there, and that's not gonna change the outcome of the competition. On the opposite end, if your candidate didn't make it, what I encourage you to do from the bottom of my heart is go on social media, make a nice post about them, tag them, uplift them, do something nice for them instead of going for other candidates and bringing them down. And I know that it's easier said than done, because myself included, I am guilty of sometimes making fun of other candidates because mine didn't make it, but that shouldn't be the way to go. We shouldn't be creating excuses for ourselves. Now, during this video, I will be talking about several aspects of the competition. First of all, the show itself, the very controversial top 21, top 10, top 5, and the final Q&A, and what are my thoughts about the winner. Before we get into the video, as usual, I'm just gonna ask that you leave a like if you enjoy it, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day, and last but not least, let me know in the comment section what did you think about the things that I'm going to be talking about during this video. Alright my friends, so without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it.
Be strong.
Alright everyone, so let's start by talking about the show itself. And here I'm talking about production, host, visuals, lighting, all of those aspects that we know for a fact were lacking during the national contest and during the preliminary show. Personally speaking, I really feel like Miss Universe really stepped it up when it comes to the finals, not only putting a lot more value into the production, but also the lighting, the host, the visual aspect of the show, and also the ambience of it. I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like overall the finals felt a little more premium, if you get what I'm saying. And maybe that is due to the fact that they had several sponsors for the final. They had exclusive deals for streaming and apps supporting the content, which was not the same for the national costume and the preliminary, which were just streaming for free on YouTube. The opening number was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. All the girls looked happy. They looked so pretty with their dresses, colorful, they were dancing, the music was good. Everything was amazing up until that point. But as we all know, in the world of Miss Universe, things move really fast, and just within a few minutes of the show starting, we were already announcing the top 21 ladies who made it to the finals. This is the moment during the competition and during the show that everything goes downhill. And I am not saying that to imply that anyone who made it to the finals were not deserving of it, but because of the fact that some of the biggest names that people were rooting for did not make the cut. No one was expecting that, and all of us were finding out in real time. So we didn't have time to process between reality, between the announcements, our expectations, the shock value of it, and then trying to process the information. And when I'm talking about big names, I'm thinking of South Africa, Canada, and Nepal. These ladies, in my opinion, were some of the strongest contestants in the game. And I was just really hoping to see them do very well during the competition, because I knew that they had what it takes. I even remember a lot of vloggers naming South Africa as their top candidate for the crown. Everyone thought that she was going to be the winner, and her experience was got so short, she wasn't even given the chance to speak on the live stage. The show started like this and then very quickly just went like that. For me, it was downhill. But looking at the bright side, some of my favorite candidates did make it into the top 21, and I'm thinking here about, for example, Rabiya. My legs were up in the air when I found out she made it. I'm talking about Maria from Australia. I'm talking about Miss India. I'm talking about Miss Puerto Rico, Miss Mexico, Miss Peru. So although I was still shocked because some of these amazing ladies that I was rooting for did not make it into the top 21, I was still happy because most of the girls that I was rooting for made it to the top 21. Now, as we all know, they had once again another runway with the swimsuits, and then we moved to the top 10. And let me tell you, child, this is when everything goes really downhill. When the top 10 was announced, the person that I was shocked to not see in there was Rabiya. I was disappointed, I was sad, I was shocked, and I was actually live streaming on my channel as the competition was happening. So I know for a fact that a lot of people felt the same way. And I know what you're gonna tell me. Louis, you have a channel where you talk a lot about Filipinos and the Philippines and music and artists and beauty pageants, and also it's to be expected that a lot of people were expecting Rabiya to do well. Which is true. But at the same time, I feel like I never based my judgment about Rabiya based on the fact that I have a Filipino following, but mainly about her as a person, what she had to offer and what she had to bring to the table. Filipinos were the ones who introduced me to beauty pageants, so to a certain extent, yes, I was rooting for Rabiya because she was the Philippines candidate. But at the end of the day, if I get behind her, if I give her full support, it's not because where she comes from, but because of what she has to offer and bring to the table and what she's gonna do with the platform once the competition is over. People are not blind, people are not dumb. If people see that their candidate is doing poorly, they have to open the eyes and just admit it, right? There's no point in me sitting in front of a camera and telling you how amazing Rabiya is if she was doing a poor job. Here in particular, it was not the case. I honestly thought that Rabiya had it in the bag, that she was able to make the top 10 and the top 5. Obviously, there's a piece of information that all of us are missing here, and it's that we don't know what happened behind closed doors when they had their private interviews. Did she get nervous? Did she get stressed? Did something happen? We don't know. But at the end of the day, what I'm telling you with this is that I was shocked, that I was sad, and that I was hoping for more for Rabiya. Regardless of that, I'm still proud and I'm still very satisfied with everything that she did throughout the competition up until this point. And I feel like that's what we should focus on right now. Now, going back, top 10 was announced, they had a new runway with the gowns, everyone was looking beautiful. And then we get into the top 5. And this is where, once again, I had a problem. And going back to my example, the competition once again did this for me. I was so shocked to not see Australia go into the top 5, and there were other candidates that I was rooting for as well. I'm thinking, for example, of Miss Thailand, Amanda. I was actually rooting for her, and you know, at this point in the competitions with the candidates that were left, I would have loved to see them both in the top 5. And one that I think deserved more was Miss Puerto Rico as well. This woman just had everything. She had the entire package: beauty, brains, grace, body, you name it. And when they announced the top 5, I think that my jaw was just like touching the floor. But once again, look, all of this is happening live. So many things are going through your mind that you don't even know how to process all of this information. So we just have to go with it, you know, and wait until the end of the show so that we can take a break and ask yourself what really happened. Still up to this point, within the top 5, some of the candidates that I predicted did make the final cut. So hear me out when I'm telling you that I was not upset by any means about seeing these ladies on the top 5. So it was not like I was coming from a hateful place. I predicted Miss Mexico, I predicted Miss India, I predicted Miss Peru as well. Now here we're heading to the point that for me personally was the lowest point during the competition, and I'm talking about the Q&A. I feel like pretty much everyone dropped the ball. Some of these questions were recycled questions from previous years, first of all. Second of all, the questions were not even that deep, and that is on the organization's end. I feel like a lot of them were really stressed. I feel like a lot of them lacked depth when it comes to the answers. And where you are at this point in the competition, when you're delivering your final answer, it's so important that you are able to grab the audience and the judges and really sell your brain at that point, because it's no longer about physical beauty at this point. It's about proving that you have what it takes mentally to inspire others and become the next Miss Universe. The answers were lackluster. There's no other way to put it. While the Q&A was happening, I could almost picture Miss Puerto Rico, Miss Australia, and Miss Philippines fighting the security backstage because they were trying to run on stage and answer these questions for the finalists. And I can tell you myself, because I'm Cuban, I speak Spanish. Spanish is actually my first language. Some of these queens who answered in Spanish, they got a little help from the translator. What they said in Spanish, how they verbalized it, was not necessarily very precise, very concise, or very specific. Between Mexico and Dominican Republic, I think that Dominican Republic was the one who was able to provide the more centered answer, because without being biased, Miss Mexico was really struggling when it comes to her answer, and you could see it in her face. You don't have to believe me, you can just go back and watch the footage. She was struggling. But well, it is what it is. Dominican Republic gets eliminated, Miss India gets eliminated, Peru gets eliminated, and then it's between Brazil and Mexico, and obviously we all know how that went. Mexico got the crown. Do I agree with the win? Truth be told, no I don't. Does that mean that I'm not happy for her? Not at all. Every single contestant went to Miss Universe to win the crown. So if at the end of the day the judges want to give it to you, the girl is not gonna say no. And who am I to question the girl or her final win? If she got it, let her enjoy it. Let's celebrate her. Let's send her positivity. And at the same time, let's focus on the candidates that we believe deserved more. That's where I'm really going here. I'm not gonna question anything at this point, but could you only imagine the quality of the answers that we would have received if the top 5 was different? I really hope that while you watch this video, all you see in me is a fan talking, giving his opinion. Of course, talking about things that I didn't like, but also about things that I did appreciate about the contest, because at the end of the day, not everything was bad. And although the candidate that I was rooting for, that I wanted to see get the crown, did not make it to the end, I'm still proud of the run that she had. I'm still proud of everything that she was able to accomplish. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of how she was able to portray her country and her people within this international platform. Alright everyone, I think that's enough of me talking. I want to hear what you have to say. So go down in the comments, express yourself. I'm going to ask you to stay respectful. Don't send hate to anyone. It's okay to have different opinions, that's perfectly fine. We don't need to make it worse because everyone is going through something at this point. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like on my videos so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, as usual, come here and give me a hug because that's a little tradition on this channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few minutes out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!